It's new comic book day, but it is also my 100th video. What's that mean? I'm giving some free stuff away. But if you want to win, you gotta stick around for the details at the end of this video. So guys, it's that time. Welcome back, everybody, for the new comic book day video of the week. Now, of course, this week is for March 13. Myself and Lefteros are collaborating to bring you guys the best picks for this week. Now, we're going to kick it off with the open order books, and the first book is actually a preview book. Yeah, that's right. Blood Hunt Diaries #0. This free preview for the upcoming Blood Hunt Marvel crossover event that's going to be taking place as of May 1st. That's right, May 1st, we're going to be getting the first issue of Blood Hunt, but now we have the opportunity to get ourselves a little sneak peek. Now, issue #1 for Blood Hunt is actually going to be introducing us to the Blood Coven. So I'm pretty pumped to see what this team is going to be about. Now, Blood Hunt is looking promising. We saw many titles recently. We got the full reveal of, covers from the crossover events. So it's looking awesome. This is a big one. I'm excited for this. Up next, we've got one that's probably my personal favorite this week, simply because I'm looking forward to reading it, but it's Ghost Rider Final Vengeance #1. This is the main cover, and it is a beautiful cover. Now, speaking beautiful covers, there's a lot of nice covers coming out for this issue this week, but the book is going to be giving us the introduction of the Hood as the new Ghost Rider. Imagine that, the Hood as the new Ghost Rider. I think that's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Hood as Ghost Rider plays out. This is one, like I said, personal favorite that I'm anticipating to read this week. From Image this week comes a new ongoing series called Napalm Lullaby #1. Now, here we've got the cover A, and I gotta say that the concept behind this one is pretty interesting. It's a new series about a powerful child raised to believe he is a god. Could you imagine that, thinking you're a god? I mean, I can think of a few people, but this one I'm going to be picking up simply for the read. Star Wars fans, buckle up, because this week we've got Star Wars High Republic Adventures #4. Now, there's multiple first appearances within this one, but the big ones that we're going to talk about, we're getting the first full appearance and cover of Niv Drendow, the Warden, the Blindrix 3, and Drigget Parse. There's additional first apps as well within this issue, so if you're a Star Wars fan, I imagine you might want to pick this up. Another thing I want to mention, though, is that I've seen a lot of people already starting to chase this book, so who knows if you'll be able to find some on the shelf, so keep an eye out for it. If you come across it, might be a good pickup. Where are my Symbiote fans at? Because this week we've got Symbiote Spider-Man 2099 issue #1. Now, this here is the main cover, and it is a beautiful cover by Lionel Yu. The book's going to be giving us the first appearance of a new 2099 symbiote, so if you're into that stuff, might be worthy of a pickup. I'm totally picking it up myself for the sake of read, and of course, I think this is a gorgeous cover. Now, some of the Spider-Man 2099 stuff has been doing great. If you're reading the Miguel O'Hara stuff, it's actually pretty interesting, and we've seen some neat characters come out of this, so let's see. Maybe we'll get some other symbiote characters out of this one. Can lightning strike twice? Well, we shall see, because Ultimate Black Panther #2 is dropping this week. Now, here we've got the main cover, and within this book, we're getting the second cameo appearance of Earth 6160's Storm, who's revealed within the book. Now, looking at this cover, first thing I want to point out is I love how the Maker's just there lingering in the background. Maker's up to no good, of course, within the Ultimate Universe, and I gotta say, I'm loving everything that's happening so far within the Ultimate Universe. Now, Ultimate Black Panther 1 saw some serious numbers on the secondary market, but one thing I want to point out is it's also a very good read. So again, I'm looking forward to picking this one up for the sake of read. I hope you guys managed to get some off of pre-orders through FOC. I don't know if you'll be able to find some of these on the shelves, but if you do, I highly suggest you pick it up. Gotta keep that symbiote train rolling, because this week we've got What If Venom #2. Now, this is the main cover, and this is going to be a what-if story about Wolverine bonding with the Venom symbiote. Now, if you picked up issue 1 or you saw the cover A of issue 1, well, you already have an idea that this was coming, right? Because on that cover, we get a glimpse of the characters that the symbiote is going to bond with. So we've already seen She-Hulk within issue 1. Issue 2 is going to be giving us Wolverine, And what's to come? Well, we're anticipating Doctor Strange, we're anticipating Moon Knight, and we're anticipating Loki. So if you're looking forward to seeing what it would be like when the symbiote bonds with these characters, you might want to pick this up. Thundercats issue number 2. Yes, and this right here is the cover X. Yes, to give you an idea of how many covers exist for this issue. But on this particular cover and within this book, we're getting the first appearance and cover of Calica. Now, to give you guys an idea of how issue number 1 did, FOC orders hit 170,000 copies on pre-order. So how did number 2 do? Well, we got 82,000 copies on pre-order. So that being said, I imagine we're going to see a lot of copies on shelves, but I think out of all of those, the one you want to keep an eye out for is this particular cover right here, because it's a double hit. You got the first appearance and cover of Calica. And last but not least, on the list of open order books coming out this week, we've got Avengers Twilight number 4. This right here is the cover A, the Alex Ross cover, and of course we've got Thor gracing us with his presence on this one, and it is no surprise that he's on it because if you read issue number 3, well, you know exactly how that ended off with Thor in it. Now, the book's going to be giving us the debut of all new Red Skull armor, and we're going to be having the Avengers team finally reassembled because yes, things are getting pretty heavy within the book. Now, I cannot stress it enough. If you guys aren't reading it, I highly recommend it. It's probably one of my favorite reads coming out of Marvel right now. Chip Zdarsky is absolutely crushing it, so I cannot wait to read this one this week. Alright guys, it's time to talk about those awesome covers that are coming out this week, and we're going to start it off with the first one being Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 149. This is the cover A. Now, it is an awesome cover done by Vincenzo Federici, and I am sad to say this is the second last issue of the current run that's ongoing. Now, some people loving what Sophie Campbell's been doing with the run since she's made her way into it. But one thing I'm pumped about is once this does come to close, Jason Aaron's going to be taking over. So I'm looking forward to the relaunch, but of course, curious as hell to see how this is going to close off. And here we are within the final stages of this current run. So awesome cover. Looking forward to seeing how they close this out. And how can we not talk about Boss Logic's cover for Ultimate Black Panther number 2? This is the special variant done by him where we're going to be seeing on this cover Earth 6160 Shuri. I just think it's a very neat cover. I love everything about it, even the detail on the focus, as you can see, but it is just super nice. Now, Boss Logic did a great cover for issue number 1, so I definitely got to pick up this one because I want to pair those two together. So total pickup, cover grab for me right here. Alright guys, let's dive into the incentive covers that are coming out this week, and we're going to kick it off with Black Widow and Hawkeye number 1. Look at this awesome cover. It is a 1 in 100 incentive Black Widow variant cover depiction by Artgerm. Now, there is also a trade that is available which is just as gorgeous, so if you cannot afford yourself the 1 in 100, definitely recommend picking up the trade because this one looks absolutely beautiful. You know I love me an awesome homage cover, and Dark Ride 11 brings the fire with an homage cover. It is a 1 in 25 incentive, homaging Aladdin, one of my favorite movies from when I was a child. That's right, favorite childhood movie. It's up there, at least in the top 3. But Robin Williams absolutely crushed that movie. He honestly owned it for me. But Tony Fleeks absolutely killed it on this cover. Probably one of the most badass covers dropping this week is Ghost Rider Final Vengeance number 1. This is the 1 in 100 incentive done by Greg Capullo, man. Capullo's been killing it since he's come back to Marvel, and this 1 in 100 is just an absolute beauty. Now, it's also available in a trade, so if you want to get it on a just regular cover price with a trade, you have the opportunity to do so. But man, this as a virgin, nice signature, probably at the bottom where the fire is, or at the top in between the chains, whatever it may be. Man, I think it would look awesome. So definitely, if you have the opportunity to pick this up and you could afford one, I think this is an awesome pickup and a great book to have in the collection. A book we briefly spoke about earlier, but Thundercats number 2. That's right, we've got the 1 in 15 incentive that also has the first appearance and cover of Calica. Now, guys, like I said, 82,000 copies sold on pre-order. So just to give you an idea how many 1 in 15 incentives might be out there of this cover? I'd imagine quite a few. So if you have the opportunity to pick yourself up the incentive over the regular trade at cover price, I think this is a good pickup. And 1 in 15s are relatively cheap, usually hovering around the $12 mark. So I think if I got to pick between the two, this is the one I'm going for. If you're not familiar with Francesco Mobili, get familiar because Ultimate Black Panther #2 is a 1 in 25 incentive here that we're showing you, done by Francesco. Absolutely gorgeous, and the cover features Earth 6160 Storm on it. It is absolutely beautiful, so shout out to Francesco for killing it on this cover. And of course, we've got What If Venom #2, the 1 in 25 incentive done by Kyle Hotz, man. Venomized Wolverine variant cover. He absolutely did a great job on this one. I'm a big fan of Hotz's work, so I think this is a very neat cover to add to your collection. Alright guys, let's get into the later printing selections for the books that are available this week. And to kick it off, we've got Avengers Twilight #2. This is the second printing of the first cover appearance of the all-red Iron Man armor. Now, like I said, if you're not already reading this, this is your opportunity to pick up issue 2 in case you missed out on it. And the last book on the list, not only are we getting issue #2, but Ultimate Black Panther #1 is coming out with a second print this week. That's right, if you didn't have the opportunity to pick up the first print because your shop got shorted or whatever the excuse was, well, you have the opportunity now to pick up a second printing. Now, the book features the first appearance of Earth 6160's Black Panther, and it goes without saying that the first print was an absolute hit. How will this do on the secondary market? We shall see. We saw a slight increase with Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the second print, once that came out. And now looking at the third print, well, that ain't doing too good. But for the sake of read alone, I highly suggest you pick this up. I don't imagine shops are going to be telling you they got shorted on this one. If they do, I don't know, man. There's something iffy there. But I hope everyone gets themselves a copy. So there you have it, guys. Those were the new comic book day picks of the week for March 13. Now, I told you guys at the start of this video that, well, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So to celebrate my 100th video on the channel, it is a surprise giveaway. Now, how do you win? Well, here's the details. It's very simple. Subscribe to the channel and comment down below. Let me know what books you're going to be picking up this week. Now, once you comment below and you're subscribed to the channel, I will be doing a live draw on my Sunday show this Sunday. So mark it down in your calendars because on March 17, that's right, St. Patrick's Day, I'll be doing a giveaway, giving away some books for those of you who are subscribed and commenting down below. And of course, don't forget to go and follow Lefteros over on Instagram. You can find them at Lefteros. Just check the description of this video and you can find his Instagram handle. So guys, have yourselves a great week, and of course, happy hunting!